Your Wi-Fi router is not just sitting there blinking in the corner delivering cat videos and work emails, because it is actively bouncing invisible radio waves off your body and mapping out every single room in your house.
And what makes this terrifying is that researchers figured out how to turn those standard household routers into high-precision radar systems that track your exact movements through solid walls without you ever installing a single camera.
Wait, so if someone hacks my router, they can literally watch me walk around my kitchen in my pajamas right now?
Not just watch you, but know your heart rate, your breathing pattern, and whether you are standing up or lying down on your living room floor.
I do not believe that for a second, and if you cannot prove it in the next 30 seconds, I am walking out right now.
Oh, you are going to stay, because by the end of this episode, you will never look at your little blinking box the same way again.
Prove it then.
Let us dive right into the invisible surveillance network living inside your living room right now.
Welcome back to the podcast where we break down the hidden technology shaping your reality every single day.
I am Zoe, and today we are exposing the shocking truth about the invisible radio waves bouncing off your walls and your body right now.
And I am Max, the guy who refuses to believe your router is plotting against you until you show me the cold hard data.
We have both spent the last 3 weeks digging through security white papers, interviews with wireless researchers, and leaked testing documents to bring you the unfiltered reality of home network surveillance.
If you have a Wi-Fi router plugged into your wall right now, your privacy is compromised in ways most cybersecurity experts refuse to talk about publicly.
By the time we wrap up today, you are going to learn 3 critical things.
First, you will learn the exact physics of how Wi-Fi signals map the physical dimensions of your furniture and your body.
Second, you will discover why law enforcement and smart home corporations are already racing to utilize this passive tracking technology.
Third, you will get a step-by-step guide on how to shield your home router from this kind of invisible spatial mapping without throwing your tech in the trash.
Hit that subscribe button right now because we drop new episodes every single week and you do not want to miss what is coming next.
But before we get to the defense strategies, we need to answer the biggest question of all.
How did a simple networking device designed to stream movies become a military-grade surveillance tool sitting on your bookshelf?
Hold on, let us start with the basics here because routers send out radio frequency signals to connect your laptop to the internet, right?
That is true, but those radio frequency waves do not just vanish into thin air after reaching your laptop.
They bounce around the room, hit the walls, and scatter everywhere, which sounds like basic physics rather than a conspiracy.
It becomes a surveillance tool when clever software measures changes in those bouncing signals called channel state information.
Explain that to me like I am 5, because channel state information sounds like corporate jargon for nothing.
Think of it kind of like dropping a pebble into a calm pond, except instead of water, you are filling your entire living room with invisible Wi-Fi energy.
Okay, so the ripples bounce off my couch, my coffee table, and my dog.
Exactly. And when your dog moves or you walk across the room, those ripples change shape in a pattern that is completely unique to your body mass and movement.
Pause right now and think about every smart device in your house listening to those ripples without your permission.
In 2018, a team of researchers at Carnegie Mellon University published a landmark paper showing how they could reconstruct human poses using only standard Wi-Fi routers.
They did not use cameras? Yeah!
0 cameras, 0 wearable sensors, and 0 microphones. Just off-the-shelf Wi-Fi signals translating body reflections into stick figure animations of people walking and sitting.
But here is what most people never figure out. Okay, so researchers in a lab can track a stick figure, but surely my router at home does not have that kind of advanced software installed?
Not yet by default, but the underlying mathematical framework is built into the 82.11 standard that every single modern router uses.
Wait, are you telling me the hardware to turn my router into a motion sensor is already sitting inside my house right now?
Every single dual-band router manufactured in the last 5 years has the technical capability to perform this kind of radio frequency sensing.
That sounds like a massive security flaw that hardware manufacturers should have fixed immediately.
It is not technically a bug, because it is an emergent property of how radio waves interact with organic matter in an enclosed space.
Once upon a time, engineers built Wi-Fi strictly to connect computers across a room without tripping over tangled cables.
Every day, millions of households upgraded to faster routers with more antennas to get better streaming speeds for their movies.
Until one day, computer scientists realized those extra antennas created a multipath interference matrix that could act as a high-resolution radar array.
Because of that, your home network can now detect your breathing rate from across the room without you wearing a smartwatch.
Until finally, companies started filing patents to commercialize this Wi-Fi sensing for elder care, home security, and targeted advertising.
It is kind of like having an invisible security guard patrolling your hallways 24 hours a day, except this guard can see right through your bedroom walls.
Drop a comment right now if the thought of your router mapping your bedroom layout makes you want to unplug your entire internet connection.
And what happened next completely changed how we see this technology because the commercial applications moved way past academic labs.
If this technology is so powerful, why are we not hearing tech CEOs talking about it on stage at product launch events?
Because selling a high-speed internet router sounds much more appealing than selling a passive radar monitoring system for your living room.
Are you saying companies are intentionally hiding the fact that our routers can track our physical movements?
They do not necessarily have to hide it because it is buried deep inside the terms of service updates that nobody reads.
Let me guess. By clicking agree on my latest firmware update, I probably signed away my spatial privacy rights.
You nailed it, because smart home ecosystems are shifting from reactive device control to proactive behavioral tracking using ambient signals.
You might think turning off your phone's location services keeps you private, but the data shows your stationary router is giving away your physical layout anyway.
In 2021, a major smart home security startup started testing Wi-Fi sensing algorithms to detect intruders without installing Windows sensors.
That sounds useful for catching burglars, but what happens when insurance companies get their hands on that movement data?
That is the exact nightmare scenario privacy advocates are screaming about, because sedentary lifestyles or frequent falls could automatically raise your health insurance premiums.
In the next chapter, we'll show you the part nobody talks about regarding how governments and law enforcement are utilizing these exact signals. If law enforcement can use cell tower pings to track suspects, can they eventually subpoena my router to see if I was pacing around my kitchen at midnight?
That legal battle is already brewing behind closed doors as we speak because ambient wireless data does not fall under traditional search warrant protections.
Because my router is technically broadcasting signals onto public airspace or outside my exterior walls, right?
Exactly. And because the data is collected passively without tapping your phone calls, it creates a massive Fourth Amendment blind spot.
This is getting way too close to a science fiction dystopia for my comfort level, so tell me how we fight back.
The good news is that you are not entirely powerless against ambient radio frequency mapping if you take specific technical precautions.
Give me the quick fix before I throw my router out the window right now.
Start by disabling unnecessary guest networks, updating your firmware to patch known vulnerabilities, and using directional antennas that limit signal spillover outside your exterior walls.
It is kind of like putting heavy curtains over your window so people outside cannot peer into your living room, except you are blocking invisible radio waves.
But wait until you hear the thing that blew our minds during our research.
Drop it on me right now.
Some next-generation routers are being built with randomized signal scrambling specifically designed to blind ambient radar mapping algorithms.
Okay, that gives me a little bit of hope for the future of digital privacy.
But you have to stay vigilant because the battle for the airspace inside your home has only just begun.
Let us break down the 3 key takeaways you need to remember from today's deep dive.
First, your standard Wi-Fi router bounces invisible radio waves off your body and furniture, creating a high-precision spatial map of your home without using cameras.
Second, software using channel state information can track your movements, breathing, and daily routines right through solid walls.
Third, while tech companies market this as smart home convenience, it creates a massive privacy loophole that bypasses traditional warrant protections.
Here is one actionable step you can take today. Log into your router admin panel right now, disable any unused guest networks, and check for recent firmware updates to close known security gaps.
If this gave you even one new idea, smash that like button. It helps us reach more people just like you.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you catch our next episode on smart microphone surveillance.
Share this with someone in your life who needs to hear this about home network privacy.
And drop a comment right now. Tell us, do you trust your smart home devices, or are you ready to go completely off the grid?
Next week we are going deep on how smart televisions use automatic content recognition to watch everything you do in your living room, and honestly, what we found kept us up at night.